How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. This is going to be a quick video going over some combat tips in the Legend of Heroes Trials Through Daybreak. I just want to go over some basics, some things that people might not utilize or realize how to make combat easier and how to make it just more fun. So one of the first things is field battles. They are what you're seeing right now, and it's very easy to do. You just basically fight the enemy without going into turn-based combat. And a great thing about field battles that you may not be aware of is, well, if you're encountering a lot of weak enemies, it can be a great way to wipe them out very quickly, and it also can be a way to weaken stronger enemies before you engage in combat. And I mean, if you really wanted to, you could probably just use the field battle to defeat a stronger enemy too, but, you know, it's up to you how you want to take that battle. Now, do keep in mind that when you do field battles, your charge attack that you have, when you press R2, it's going to be an animation and it's immune to interrupt. So if you're going to get hit by an enemy and you don't want to dodge, just do your charge attack and they can still hit you, but it won't do any damage. So it's a great way to kind of mitigate that. And if you do break leash on an enemy, as you just saw, if you break the leash and they retreat back to their original position, they will have the same hit points they had when they left. So if they do get away, don't worry, they don't get all their hit points back and reset. The damage you did is still there. And a key thing to keep in mind is when you start a regular shard battle, is what they're called, do try to do it after you stun the enemy you're fighting or one of the enemies in the group, because that'll give you shard advantage, and you will initiate a little AoE attack at the start of battle that will damage all the enemies, and obviously the stunned enemy will be stunned when the battle starts. So always try to hit a stun off before you do that, and the best way to realize it is when you target an enemy, they have two bars. They have the orange HP bar and like a purple bar above it, a purplish, pinkish, I don't know what color you want to use. And when that fills up, that is their stun bar, and that'll trigger a stun, and obviously you can stun in combat the same way. So do keep that in mind. It is the best way to probably open a battle, especially against stronger foes. Now, when you do have a pack of enemies and you don't want to fight the whole pack, like say there's 6 of them, 5 of them, whatever, you can pull 1 or 2 or 3. You can pull enemies from that pack and then just fight them individually and divide up the pack. So if you are struggling against a certain group, this isn't like other games where, like, okay, this battle is 5 enemies, there's no way around it. You can actually thin the pack and make the battle as easy or as hard as you want. Heck, you can pull multiple packs together and have a giant battle if you really want to do that, and it might be a faster way of clearing the area, clearing the field battles out too. So that's also an option. Now, do keep in mind, though, that enemies with XP and everything, it does kind of scale to your level, so you can't really farm in this game. The XP is based on the level of the enemy you defeat, so if you start killing weaker enemies, you're not going to get more XP or nothing. It's going to be reduced, but you will get your little septith, which are used for orbments and stuff, so you could farm those that way, but it doesn't really matter how you want to do it. It's just don't think you can really grind. You kind of can, but you can't really grind like in most games. Now, positioning will matter in battle. When you go next to an ally, as you learned in the tutorial, you get that little ring around them and they'll give you bonus damage or amplify your attack. But another awesome thing is just doing the double attack. You just go next to an ally and do a basic attack, and they will follow up and do their own basic attack. And this can be great for replenishing your CP gauge. And that's your craft point gauge, and you need craft points to, well, use your crafts, and you will need a lot of them to use your special crafts, your really strong crafts. So if you find that you're getting low and you want to still maximize damage, just stand next to an ally and then just double attack. Do your, they'll follow up, and you'll get like technically an extra turn out of that ally. So utilize that to help replenish your craft points a lot faster, and it'll be a lot easier in the long run too if you get used to it. Now, a lot of skills do have back or side positioning that will influence the damage they deal or make them deal more damage, and that's pretty much with all attacks. You always want to be attacking the enemy from the side or the back if you can, to do a little bit more damage and make the battle go faster. But overall, if you do front, it's not like it's the end of the world if you just do front attacks. Now, with your S boost, once you do a level 2 S boost, you can do your S art or your S craft. And one thing that I didn't really utilize for a majority of the game, at least half the game at first, was when you're at a level 2 S boost, and you have an S-Craft available, you have enough CP to use it, you could actually press R2 on your, if you're on a PlayStation, and you can use that S-Craft art. I keep calling them S-Crafts and arts are separate, okay? So I'm sorry, I'm kind of a little dyslexic here. But the S-Craft is usable at any point during the battle. It can be the enemy's turn, it can be an ally's turn. If you hit that button, that ally will get their turn, and it's like a free bonus turn. So using your S-Craft on your real turn is kind of a detriment to you, and you're kind of wasting a turn. If you plan on doing the S-Craft, just use it during the enemy's turn or before your next turn comes up, so you can benefit the most from that, and you'll get more turns overall that way instead of losing turns. So do keep that in mind, and it's something I rarely used. I rarely implemented it, especially in the beginning of the game. I would just wait for my turn and then use my S-Craft when it was ready, or I would boost up and then use it. Try to always keep your boost active as well, because that's going to give you stat buffs based on what you have equipped, so keep that in mind. But this is just a basic combat video, nothing too crazy. Hopefully it helped people out. I will make a video on orb mints and how those go, so if you want to know how the orb mint system works and maybe you're confused, or you want to make sure you're getting the most out of that, look forward to that. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Any questions or comments, drop them down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, later guys, peace out, have a good one.